Hello, my loves. A channeled message coming through in regards to the divine masculine today, which is something rare for me. I don't normally channel messages directly for the divine masculine or from the divine masculine, and yet today, all day, it has just been like in my face. And I want to clarify, and when I say divine masculine, I am really not talking about men. Like, I'm not talking about the divine masculine as far as those who are here in masculine vessels. I am speaking specifically about each and every one of our divine masculine energy within, for we are all a balance of the duality of divine feminine and divine masculine energy. And so the divine masculine energy that we all carry, regardless of the vessel that we occupy, is the part of us that takes the action. Like, that's the part of us that the feminine receives the inspiration and the masculine takes the action. The masculine is the mind, it's the ego as far as internally with oneself, whereas the feminine is the heart and the soul that helps clarify things. And what I've been hearing all day is that the divine masculine has awoken. And so, because the divine feminine is the energy that we receive from, and the divine masculine is the energy that we give from, the divine feminine energy is going to be the first energy to awaken and start to heal, because we have to start with receiving before we can give and do. Congratulations. Like, congratulations. The divine feminine has arisen and healed to a point that now the divine masculine is at that point. Like, we had the new moon first night, and I was up until 5 a.m. And normally it's the full moons where I'll just be wired and awake. But I'm trying not to say last night anymore because there's no last nights. So first night, like, midnight rolls around and I'm like, I'm not tired. Okay, not so unusual. 1 o'clock rolls around, still not feeling any tiredness. 2, 3, 4, and I'm like laying in bed, like wide awake, not anxious, like completely at peace, just completely awake. And I just like, and then today, like, I was up at 8:30. I think I slept like 3.5 hours, and got up at 8:30, and normally spend most of my day inside creating content and taking care of myself and what have you. And today I found myself outside for the majority of the day. Like, I ended up walking my friend to work and ended up walking back over there for her break. And the time that I was here, like, was outside the majority of it. And I was just like, this beautiful sunny day, like no complaints at all, but just like, what is going on? What is going on? Like, why am I so outside today? Why am I so like out and about and like active, like so much more active than I normally am? And it's the divine masculine coming through. And so I'm hearing like there's like like, if you're feeling like this itch to get moving, don't just go run out and just don't go run amok. Sit with yourself, reflect, look in the mirror, and ask yourself, go within to your emotions, tune into your emotions, and ask yourself, what is it that I want to take action on? Like, this is about taking inspired action, not just being active. This isn't about being active just for the sake of being active and not sitting still. This is about the balance of sitting still to hear that inspiration and then taking the action based on that inspiration and guided by that inspiration. And this is new. Like, this is so new. Like today new, like brand new, like woke up in this timeline today new, okay? So give yourself some grace and compassion, and the confusion and like just mind over matter when the old thought patterns try to come up. Or like for me, anxiety tried to come up about walking over to my friend's work on her lunch break because I'd already walked over there once, and I was just like, "There's what do we have anxiety about? It's beautiful out. We enjoy the walk. Like we enjoy spending time with our friends. So what's the anxiety about?" And then it was like the anxiety was just like, "Well, we haven't been this active." And I'm like, "You're right, but we've been far more active than this before. Like this vessel is more than capable. Like we got this. Let's go." And just mind over mattered and just kind of was like, just sit back down. Like, I understand why you're saying what you're saying and where you're coming from. Understand your perspective, ego, but that is going to be false evidence appearing real because we've got the energy, we've got the ability, we've got the desire, so we finna do it. There's a part of this too of like following that intuition, following that inspiration from yourself is literally going to lead you right into the doors of opportunities that you desire. As the Ace of Stones is wanting to be seen. Like literally this is following that inspiration and that inner guidance is literally guiding you right to whatever it is that you've been manifesting, whatever it is that you've been praying for, whatever it is that you've been working towards, like working on yourself to become in alignment with. Like it's literally, I see it literally like a hand out, just like sitting here at the finish line, if you will. And it's just like, here you go. Like, just all you got to do is get here. And this is the guidance of the action to take to get there. And I feel like there's an energy of like you have been sitting on this emotion, this inspiration has been like percolating for a while. Like I feel like for some of us years, like this just desire, and it's like something that we've wanted to create, and it's bigger than just ourselves. Like this is really getting into the community mindset and the collective mindset, and this like it's like you've just been like, it's like literally I just heard like you've been pregnant and germinating this idea, this creation that you want to bring to tangibility. And it's creating it and sharing it brings you all of the joy and all of the passion and all of the love that you desire. Like it's like you don't even care about rewards for it or what you may receive in exchange for this creation that you want to share with the entire collective. And I really feel like a big part of it, yeah, is you. Like a big part, creativity. I cannot make this stuff up, y'all. Like a big part of that is just you. A big part of this is just you expressing you out in the world. And that's a part of what I was doing today. Like I had 3 different conversations in my time of like walking back and forth and being outside. And they were all divinely led and connected conversations, 2 with complete strangers and 1 with someone that I am acquainted with. And it was just beautiful. And like I love those. Like my favorite moments in life are when I strike up a random conversation with someone that I've never met before and end up having a really powerful, conversation and, with each other. And usually both of us walk away with like some sort of like, moment of like needed that, like just, and so like, as I was walking around today, like I was balanced in this place of like open, my eyes and ears were open and my hands were open to receive whatever may come my way. But I was also eyes and ears open for opportunities that I may be able to give. And that giving does not very often need to be tangible. It's really the energy. When we give that energy, and especially this energy of pure authenticity, that puts that, it's like a booster shot into that person of authenticity. So, for example, let's say you come across someone and you strike up you start a conversation with this person, and let's say that this person that you're talking to has never experienced authenticity. Like has literally never experienced someone in authenticity. And you have this exchange with them and you being in authenticity, they walk away with like a shot. It's like they just took a shot of authenticity. And now that that authenticity is in their body, their own authenticity energy is going to be like, oh, hey, like it awakens it because the energy's in there dormant, not knowing that it even has a place to resonate with because it's never had one, and now it has one, and it stirs something inside of them that they probably are not going to understand right away, but it stirs that desire in them for them to be authentic. And so it's really a beautiful way that we create community within each other and really help each other just in conversation, just sharing energy. Like I just, chef's kiss on it. And I feel like that's and I'm hearing like that's part of this masculine energy, this divine masculine energy coming into balance and like coming into balance and like also on board is what I'm hearing is you've always had this knowing that you've got something to say. You know, what you have to say, there are people that need to hear what you have to say. And you've always had this knowing that like there are people that need to just feel your energy, whether you even speak to them or not. Like just standing in line behind someone in authenticity, if you're within 6 feet of each other, your authenticity energy is getting into their auric field and mixing up in there and being like, hey, where you been? You want to do some stuff? Because it's fun. You know this about yourself. You've always known this about yourself. But it's also something that in most environments you've found yourself in, the authenticity has terrified those around you because those around you were in such deep shame and such a lack of self-worth and self-love that the idea of being authentic is like, it literally feels like it would cost them their life. And so anytime you were authentic, it was shut down. And it was shut down because in their mind they were protecting you, because in their mind if they're authentic they're gonna lose their life, so they're trying to, in their mind they're protecting you by squashing that authenticity and that innocence. Forgive them, for they know not what they do, because they don't know, they're not aware. None of it was ever malicious. Like it was not a conscious malicious you're not good enough or nobody wants to hear what you have to say. They literally believed they were protecting you. So find forgiveness and compassion for that, and find gratitude for that, because everything happens in divine timing. And you needed that so that you could grow out of that and through and out of that, so that you really do have, so that your confidence is not egotistical, so that the head held high and the tall way that you walk and the confidence with which you talk is not coming from an ego place. And I know that probably sounds a little weird, but we had to experience that so that we could break out of that ego. Because otherwise, I'm hearing very clearly, like, if this had been nurtured in us at a young age, we would have gotten to a spiritual ego, and that would have blocked us. Like, we would have been stuck in spiritual ego, and we would not have moved past spiritual ego into genuine balance of authenticity. This is some seriously beautiful energy coming through, my friends. I love this for all of us. All of us. Oh, we got the green man coming out. It's a pair with the green woman. So I'm talking about the balance of your divine feminine and your divine masculine energy. Okay? Remember, everything starts within. As within, so without. It all starts in our mind and what we can see and what we project from the projector of our brain, what we feel inside, all of that. All of that is what creates the outer experience. It's just a straight reflection. Like we are literally projecting our reality out around us, and then we go out and we see the reflection of that projection. Okay? Be mindful to not let yourself slip into or slip out of balance and into too much masculinity, okay? This is not about hyper independence. This is genuinely about the balance of taking action based on your emotions, based on what inspires and excites you the most. It's a reunion with self. There is cause to celebrate, loves. You are reunited with yourself. Reunited and it feels so good. Like, let your joy flow. Like, express yourself. Like, howl at the moon, baby. Like, I just heard this. This is your permission to be a little feral. This is your permission to tap into your virility and literally go howl at the moon if that's what you want to do. Go dance outside naked. I don't care what it is. Like, but there's whatever it is, like you've held so much shame around this aspect of yourself. And I am telling you what, my love, just you gotta let that shame go. You gotta let that shame go. Don't worry about what anybody thinks about you, how anybody's perceiving you, because nothing is ever personal. Nothing is ever personal. If someone is judging you, that's because they're internally judging themselves, and what you're feeling is a projection from their projector of the shame that they feel within themselves. It's really that simple. So, if you're out howling at the moon and somebody's like, oh my God, what are you doing? That's because they're embarrassed in themselves because they hold shame around the fact that they are not able to express themselves so freely and authentically. They're judging themselves and thus they judge others. So don't take it personally. Tell yourself every day, today I am not taking anything personally, because it's not. Because it's really, really not. And you are meant to stand out, not be alone. But you are meant to stand out so that you attract in those people that need to hear and feel what it is you have to say and give. Stop trying to blend in. Stop trying to fit in and figure out where you belong. And you'll know where you belong because you will feel pure ecstasy the moment you enter the space, the energy, connect with a person in there. Like, I'm telling you, like, it will feel like you are in an animated movie. Like, the ecstasy and bliss will have you questioning your sanity and the tangibility and reality with which you've known for however long, because it literally changes the projector and what we're projecting when we're in ecstasy or bliss or love. So do what keeps you in that space and find that, attract that. While you're in this space, you're going to attract more of that, and you're going to figure out where you belong, because we're not here to fit in anywhere. We're here to find where we belong. This is a transition into self-respect. The aspects of yourself that you have held in shame are the aspects of yourself that you need to look at with the eyes of respect and gratitude, because those are your masculine aspects. Your ability and willingness to take action based on what inspires you has terrified people around you, and they haven't understood it. And so you got scared of it because you didn't really understand it. And those are the aspects that you need to shift into respect for. This is where you come into self-respect for your ability and willingness to take action based on your intuition, your inspirations, and what excites you. Because this isn't just about your willingness to like go towards things that excite you, but it's also about your willingness to walk away from that which is not fulfilling for you. And that is mad respectful. That is the ultimate self-love. Ultimate self-love is saying no and walking away from something that is not emotionally fulfilling and satisfying, regardless of who it is, what it is, how long we've been with it. Like, none of that matters. None of that matters. Wow. Ace of Vessels and Ace of Arrows back to back with generosity underneath. Okay. The waters of life, the breath of life, and generosity. Like, remember those there's been some rare moments in your life where you have walked out and about in the world and just pure overflow. Like, there have been some rare moments that you have really been so connected with yourself and in alignment with yourself that you have just been this overflowing cup of love, spreading life, like literally breathing life and pouring life into everyone and everything around you. Burp of confirmation. Tap back into that feeling, because that's your authenticity. When you feel that overflow, where you feel like not untouchable, in a defensive manner, but untouchable in the manner of like knowing to your core that there is nothing but love in the world for you to receive. And so from that space, you're like walking fearlessly. Your ability to drop fear and transmute fear into love terrifies people, because fearlessness, courage, appears as crazy to the cowards. And that's why they've called you a witch. They've literally like labeled you a witch or some sort of, evil practitioner, or, you doing something not on the up and up, like there's been this energy around you of like nobody's that happy. Nobody is that satisfied in their life. Nobody feels that much love. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And you're not the only one. We've got the Ace of Bows coming out too. Y'all, this is such a new beginning. Like, 3 aces. 3 aces. That you are inspired and back in tune with yourself. And you know there's other beings out here that are just as loving and full of love. And you might not have been able to see them around you because of the environment you've been in, the people you've been surrounded with. But my friend, this is why it's time for you to transition into this union and allow this divine masculine energy to move you towards this. Like, oh my goodness. You're not going to be alone, my love. You are not going to be alone, but you definitely got some stuff to say, because you're an observer. You see everything, and you're not afraid to call it out. You're not afraid to call BS when the BS hits the fan. And the world needs that. We need that. We need that truth. We need that authenticity. We need that love, because that is love. It is love that speaks out and advocates for self and others. That's love. Fear stays quiet. Fear is quiet. Fear is quiet. Love is loud. Love is a choice. Love is an action. Love is a verb. It's about doing. And you have filled your cup up enough, and it is safe. It is safe for you to go out into the world in a place of love and trust that your love is going to be met with more love. You've got this. This is beautiful. Thank you for allowing me to read for you and channel this message for you. If this resonated, please go ahead and click like, share, and subscribe for more content. I love you.